Looks can be deceiving, and there are many famous people who simply don't exist. Whether they were the face of a brand or used to positively promote a movie, the hoax was eventually exposed, much to the disappointment of their fan base. Jack Dawson. Most of us know Jack Dawson as the guy who saved Rose DeWitt Bukater in James Cameron's Titanic, with the roles played by Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, respectively. Even though it's known that the characters were fictional, on the real-life setting of the tragic ship's sinking, millions have dreamed and hoped that perhaps Jack Dawson was a real person. The false hope exploded when the gravesite of a man lost during the Titanic's sinking was discovered with the name J. Dawson, which James Cameron says he had no idea existed when he originally wrote the screenplay. Carolyn Keene. If you've read the Nancy Drew book series, then you're very familiar with the author Carolyn Keene. The series sold millions, with Keene being offered spots in authors' guilds and being noted as one of the most influential people in the world. But keep in mind that Keene keeps writing books to this day, despite the fact that she would be well over 100 years old now. That's because Keene isn't a real person, but instead a pen name made up by Edward Stratemeyer, Nancy Drew's publisher. The hoax was revealed when several authors came forward claiming they wrote a few of the books in the series. A similar case occurred in the infamous Hardy Boys series as well. Aunt Jemima. Even though Aunt Jemima's trademark goes back to 1893 and was first registered in 1937, she was really just a character from The Minstrel Show as one of the stereotypical African Americans. With her sweet smile and unforgettable look, she was the perfect face to sell products like her famous maple syrup, and her appearance was adopted for the Aunt Jemima brand. An actress was even hired to portray Aunt Jemima for public ceremonies and fundraisers at the beckoning of the brand's owner, Quaker Oats. Betty Crocker. If you look at the portraits of Betty Crocker from 1936 until today, you will find that each portrait looks very different, meaning that there was a different woman taking on the Betty Crocker name. Much to the public's disappointment, Betty simply isn't a real person, but instead a face that represents a person. Otherwise, people might think that her brownies may be the key to immortality. As Betty's face has changed over the years, so has the inspiration for her look. Her most current look is a combination of several women who work for the company. Uncle Sam. Americans best know Uncle Sam as the personification of the United States government, beckoning Americans to do something like join the military. Uncle Sam first appeared in 1917, and his image helped recruit thousands of soldiers during World War I and World War II. While his image is based on the looks of the posters of British Lord Kitchener, Uncle Sam has never been based on an actual real person. He isn't a historical figure and is just an influential person who haunts our imaginations. The Gorillaz. While many people think that the Gorillaz is a real band, they're actually a fictional music group. They're actually a virtual band that was created in 1998 by Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewlett. It's easy to be fooled though, as the band members have an extensive fictional universe that was presented through animation. The members are 2D, who's the lead vocalist and plays keyboards, Murdoch Nichols, who plays the bass guitar, Noodle, who plays guitar and contributed occasional vocals, and finally Russell Hobbs, who played drums and percussion. Again, none of these members actually exist. David Manning. Sony was dealing with a plethora of bad reviews for their movies such as The Animal, The Patriot, and Hollow Man, just to name a few. Instead of owning up to their bad movies, Sony decided to create their own good press and a movie critic named David Manning. The faux film critic garnered a large following, and people believed his positive reviews of movies only to be disappointed after actually seeing the film. Things were going well until two moviegoers named Omar Rezek and Ann Belknap actually sued Sony after seeing movies based on the film critics' reviews and felt duped. The hoax was later revealed and Sony settled out of court. Mavis Beacon. For any young person who had to learn how to type, they probably used a Mavis Beacon program. With her smiling face and supportive voice, you would think that surely Mavis was real. Well, not exactly. Even though she has her own website, Twitter page, and charity called Mavis Cares, she was created just to be a face on the program box. Her voice was provided by an assistant with the software company. Mavis has gathered such a following that she still gets invited to teach and give lectures around the United States, and people still don't know that she's not real. Allegra Coleman. Allegra Coleman was a fictional character for a hoax magazine article for Esquire written by Martha Sherrill. If Allegra looks familiar, then you probably know who Allie Larder is, as she portrayed the imaginary celebrity who had a scandalous career and relationship life with celebs like David Schwimmer. The article even talked about a fictional sex scandal with nude photos taken by the paparazzi. Basically, Allie Larder was an actress playing an actress. Esquire's editor eventually revealed the hoax, and Sherrill wrote a book based on Allegra Coleman. Alright, folks, which one of these fictitious characters surprised you? Did you think any of them were actually real? Let us know in the comments. And while you're here, check out these other videos and please do us a favor and hit like and subscribe. Thanks!